Coach, obviously that second quarter there really, really hurt you guys. Felt like you just couldn't get over the hump. What did you see?
A lot of threes. I saw 8 threes. Brooke made 5 threes in a row. I saw a lot of threes.
Did you see Giannis's determination change? Like he started that second quarter with, I think, a dunk, and it seemed like things opened up from there. Did he seem to take things to another level after the first quarter? Did you not see it that way?
I mean, I think that's who he is, and I think that's how he plays. And I think that the second period, really, you know, it's hard to overcome that for a while. 49 points is a lot of points. That's not who we are. And I think that we came out in the third period. We started the second half with a far better disposition. We had a hard time scoring. You know, I think out of their 21 points, you know, we struggled a few times guarding individual drivers. We had some turnovers, the bucket at the end of the period when we had a foul to give and use and send him to the line. That's a great learning experience for Markel. We cut it to 8 late in the game. You know, Dario's 3 and just couldn't get over the hump. But that second period, it's hard to sort of go past that.
You mentioned Brooks' 3. Did you feel something on your guys' end with that?
I didn't. I think he just launched, you know, 40-foot shots, 35-foot shots, and made them. Like he shake his hand. And all games you have to pick your poison and figure out what you're prepared to live with, and you can't have it all. And we give him credit. He made those shots, and you know, it was hard, as I said, to overcome that many points in a second period.
Can you talk about the Bucks defense, particularly in
Can I do
relation?
what?
Can you talk about the Bucks defense, particularly in relation to Ben, because they've done it a few times this year where they'll have Ersan, Giannis, and a center, a Brook Lopez out there, and it's like it is a super tall lineup, and they just pack the paint. And can you talk about that?
That's how the league guards him.
Right.
I mean, you know, it's a copycat league. That's what the Celtics did in the semifinals. That's what my good friend and the coach of the team in Milwaukee scouts and sees, and that's just part of his growth. You know, trying to navigate that type of crowd when it's more of a static game. You see his breakaway speed, and when it's fast, he shines. I mean, he's our Giannis. You know, like Giannis is their Ben. They're very similar in how they play with their breakaway speed. And that's how the league guards both of those two players. You know, trying to help him grow that in his shot and, you know, freeing him up better, I think, with some random pick and rolls can help him.
How did he look tonight, Ben?
I thought he looked okay. I thought physically he looked okay. You know, I'd planned on playing him maybe not as many minutes, but physically I thought he looked good. And so we went with him.
You mentioned it was a good learning experience for Markel there, and I know during the in between third and fourth quarter, you were chatting with him, JJ was chatting with him. Just what was the message before he started that fourth?
Just come out with personality and swagger and compete. You know, they're a hard team to guard. And, you know, a few of their guards went at him just like they did everybody else on our team. And for him to sit down and, you know, take whatever anxiousness, whatever, you know, frustration we were losing, he was, you know, he was doing okay to flip it into guarding and then to push in the pace and just get him going. It's part of 82 games. It's part of being 20 years old in the NBA, trying to just make sure that he knows he got a bunch of people around him trying to wind him up and help him. And it starts with him, you know, helping himself. And it's just part of, as I said, his evolution in a very difficult league.